Right, you guys, CZ Skorpion VZ61. Huge shout out to Anthony once again for providing me this amazing opportunity to go ahead and run this thing for a little while. It's been an absolute dream running this thing. Never knew how much I would like this thing, but this thing is an actual blast to go ahead and run. It's a little machine pistol. This one, unfortunately, is neutered and is in semi-auto only, but still, nonetheless, a very fun setup to go ahead and run. My entire time running it, I was running it with a JK105 CCX Silencer. Supposedly, I'd used it once before on our Silencer Co. range day. If that's the case, it would have been with Silencer Co. Spectre 9, which everything sounded great that day. I just couldn't find any footage of me using it. But nonetheless, had an awesome time running this, kind of getting to learn how to run this and everything. Anywhere from as basic as learning how to use the stock. Yes, this is an SBR. As far as to break down, just kind of squeeze on this side, put your thumb on the opposing side here. Just kind of makes it easy to just gonna drop that in place. What you'll see as you start watching other videos and stuff like that is the most common way to deploy it is just to kind of slap up right here. And that kind of just drops it right in place and locks it into place. As far as shouldering it for myself, with the help of Anthony, at first it took me a little while, but you just kind of ride this kind of high up on your actual shoulder or clavicle, trap, whatever, just to get it up there to get an actually good sight picture and everything. And that actually then aided in helping me out with going ahead and running this particular setup. While we're still on the stock, I went ahead and just threw on some 550 cord, which allowed me to utilize one of my 1-point slings. Just did a rudimentary quick square knot there that had to be tightened every now and then just added up, forgot which knot I used here. Then I added an extra knot on the end there just to give me a small section to go ahead and attach my 1.2. Every now and then I had to retighten that square knot, so if this was mine, I'd try something different to make it more permanent, as it would come loose and eventually, there we go, it would just kind of slide back down here. But for the meanwhile, the short period I had it, it actually ran really nicely and allowed me to go ahead and affix this to a 1-point sling, and then allowed me to just kind of carry it concealed under a jacket, which I ran that for a little bit. I think I shared that small clip of that with you guys. But it was kind of cool to just kind of run that. I did run it at all times with the 20-round mag, but there is also a 10-round mag. But I noticed that for my jacket, some of my jackets, it was just totally exposed, but a couple of them did better on concealing it. With the remainder of it, I just kind of dropped in my pocket, which kind of helped also aid in keeping it kind of secured and tucked in one spot, and complete concealment for the entirety of the actual setup. Both mags ran fine. He has two 20s and the 110. The 20s came in a magazine pouch shown here. Also came with a holster. Both of those I did not use at all whatsoever. Sorry, it's just not my style and everything. I don't think I even ran it with the 10-round mag. I ran it at all times with this little 20-rounder in there. I just really like the way that actually set up. And due to the charging handle, whatever here, reciprocating, gave me something nice to just kind of help hold on to and everything while running. Let's see, manipulation. For the safety here, once again, a neutered one. It is semi-only. It was, I don't know, for me, sample size of 1, it did stick a lot. There was a lot of times when I would go to activate it and it would kind of slip. And I also kind of found it works, especially ergonomically when I'm just sitting here doing it and everything. But trying to do it quickly and in the moment, there was a lot of times I just kind of messed up and didn't get it fully engaged, where it would actually allow me to fire and everything. Magazine release is right here. Either a thumbs forward, or sometimes I would ride my thumb right on there to be able to go ahead and just help with aiding in a quicker magazine change and everything. As far as its location, I have zero issues with that. No, I can't reach it with my primary hand, but it's in a very convenient place to grab with your support hand. No, there is a bolt catch here on the bottom, located right here. Did mess with it a little bit, but not really all that much. And, you know, it wasn't until just a little while ago while I was eating lunch, just got back not too long ago. Don't even know whose video it was, but as the guy did an actual magazine insert, he just kind of pressed back here with the stump. Pretty cool. Maybe in the future when I possibly get to run this thing again, I'll try that. But as far as all mag changes, I would just come in and then just kind of cant it and then rack it to get right back into the fight and everything, which worked out perfectly fine for me. But there's that if the other method works good, it would definitely be a faster option. Let's see. As far as manual of arms, that's pretty much it. Jumping up into the siding, I think that's it. As far as jumping into the siding, you got some very rudimentary iron sights, and with how short the stock is, and that sucker just kind of cupping up in there, my eyes just weren't picking it up. I couldn't pick it up quickly. So up close range is more of a point and shoot for me and everything. There was at times I was getting a very small signature of that front sight before letting it rip and everything. But as far as I could tell and everything I've seen, 32 AC ACP little machine pistol wasn't designed for any precision longer range shooting, despite it wanted to have capabilities, what was it, to 100 yards or something like that, or 150. But it's also a machine gun, unlike what I have here. So for those up close ones, I was able to just kind of point shoot and do pretty good. Noticed as soon as I got out of those like PDW distances, I had a lot more misses. But as far as overall accuracy, I never did take it very far. Show you a real quick clip here of just how far I did take it. So as far as distance, I don't know, that was something like give or take 35 yards. Those two still targets were, one was the both Thor targets, one's an A zone, one's a torso. I want to say that torso is like roughly around a C size target. As you would have noticed in the video, that was taking very methodically well aimed shots and everything, but I did manage to get both rounds on target on each of those two targets. So the accuracy of the particular firearm is definitely decent. It's just, in my opinion, it's just not something that could be picked up quickly. Suppressor host. It's a 1/2x28, so it's set up for all your typical 9mm actual suppressors. Even though there's other suppressors out there that would make this thing even quieter, I utilized the entire time the JK105 CCX. In its full configuration, yeah, it was obviously quieter than having it in the short configuration, but having such a very small package, what I went ahead and done was I just ran it in a short configuration. What that is it's the mounting piece here. It's the piece they call the tone tuner, kind of like a blast chamber extension, whatever. And then one baffle. 32 ACP is new to me. That round suppresses extremely well. What I had found was in this particular configuration, it helped keep it in a nice small overall package and continued to also suppress well to where I didn't need to put earmuffs on. Usually, once again, I'm not familiar with 32 ACP. 9mm unsuppressed just blows my eardrums out to where I always have to have earmuffs. Running this sucker here, this little particular setup was comfortable to the ears and everything. And if you're not familiar with JK, this particular silencer, it's designed to be ran wet. You have to put a petroleum jelly in there after every so many rounds. Some will say give or take 9, or at least after a mag. Well, it got to the point that I started to get lazy and everything, that I just kept running it. Don't know how many rounds I went past this sucker getting dried out, and it was still actually very pleasant to the ears. So with that being said, that could be part of the silencer. It also could be part of the 32 ACP round. But I thought this particular setup did really nice to not make it assassin movie style quiet, but to get rid of that bite and take that edge off. That particular setup worked really nice, as well as to keep the overall package still really small and everything. Don't believe I did miss something. I was about to say I didn't believe I missed anything. Malfunctions. Let's see. All ammo ran was some PPU. What do we got? 71 grain jacket of hollow point ammo. Anthony states it prefers the European style ammo such as PPU or Cellar and Bellet. So his gun, I wanted to make sure to run what he likes to use in there. So I went ahead and ran the PPU. He says the gun is prone to malfunctions, and I was running jacket of hollow points, so I don't know if that also aided in some of the malfunctions. But holy cow, this thing has some of the weirdest malfunctions ever. All my malfunctions were a failure to feed. What would happen is you would have like a round canted up just being stuck in there. You'd be in like this half cocked position where it just wasn't finished fully loading it. In every case, without trying to lose a round, I would drop the mag, and the quick fix was just to kind of have it at a vertical angle, and that allowed the round to fall in there freely. And then from there, just send it home and get right back into it. That wasn't always the case. Some of the times, remember the first time I went to do the slap rack, and holy cow, did that create something. On that particular one, what it did was, you got this little gap on each side of the barrel, and that freaking round, when I slap racked it, it came off onto the left side here of the actual barrel, and then the charging handle just got locked up right up. Well, it wasn't locked up, but it just was smack right up behind it. Weirdest malfunction I've ever seen. Thank you, VZ61. You've shown me some new malfunctions and everything, but just know that this sucker will malfunction on you, and if the round wasn't going off to the left or right side of the barrel. There was one time I had no idea where the round had went, and I was just sitting there freaking locking this thing open, just shaking the living heck out of it, trying to get that round free and everything. Very short-lived experience, but wanted to go ahead and offer my experience with you guys. This thing is an awesome setup. Would recommend this to anyone, for anyone who's interested in this style of a platform and everything. You guys take care and have a good one.